Okay, so I'm going to do a quick review of a MeSH search in PubMed. And the topic that I'm interested in researching is crystal meth in rural America. So to begin with, I'm going to try to find out what the MeSH term is for crystal meth. So if I click on the MeSH database, I can now search my topic here and see what it says. So in this case, the MeSH term for crystal meth is methamphetamine. So that's from the MeSH thesaurus that PubMed uses. Sometimes when you type in a term, you'll get a list of terms to choose from. In this case, it took us directly to the term methamphetamine. So we can read the description here, and that's the definition, and we can see that yes, this is indeed the topic that we want to research. So if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there are some subheadings here. We'll talk about that in a minute. And scrolling down a little bit further, there are two boxes here that we can decide to check or not. So this first one is saying restrict MeSH major topic. So if I select this, it means that methamphetamine will be a major focus in the articles that we retrieve in our search. Sometimes that's too narrow of a way to do a search, and sometimes it's not. So we can try it and see what happens. And then the next box says, do not include the MeSH terms found below this term in the hierarchy. And so this is the MeSH hierarchy, and there is one term that falls below methamphetamine, and I happen to know that that's a drug that's used to treat obesity, and we're not going to include that. So I will select this box. And then I can add this to my search builder. If I add it to my search builder at this point, all of the subheadings will be included. Sometimes, however, you want to pick a particular subheading and focus your search on, for example, statistics and numerical data or adverse effects. But in this case, we're just starting at our search, so let's include all of them. And so we're going to add it to the search builder. And now it says major because we selected it to be a major topic, and no EXP means no explode, or it doesn't include whatever falls below methamphetamine in the hierarchy. So now we can search PubMed, and we're given over 5,000 results. So over on the left, there are different ways to limit our results. So we might want to limit to 5 years, for example. We might want to limit to human research. And then there are other filters if we wanted to, for example, limit to a particular language or gender or an age category. Maybe we're interested in crystal meth with adolescents, for example, so you can play around with that. And then there are also article types or research types that you may want to also consider. But at this point, we'll get rid of those. And by limiting to the last 5 years in humans, we now have 687. I'm going to add the concept just as a keyword and rule and see how that then affects our search. And when I add the concept of rule, we're given 13 results, which is a pretty manageable set. So we can go through these and see if there are any that are relevant to our topic. And on the right, there are other there are other articles that may be related to our search. Quickly looking at one or two of these, if I click on this one, the mental health disorders in children, if we were interested in looking at this article, for example, you would see on the right that there's a Get It link, which would either open the full text if we have access to it, or set us up to order it through interlibrary loan. And interlibrary loan is a service where the article is ordered for you, and it's very, very fast. So as it's loading, we can go back. Oh, here it is. And it is going to open up the full text because we do in fact have this, this journal and this article through our collection at the library. And of course, there are going to be other times when, for example, maybe we don't have the article online full text. And in this case, we don't. And so it's asking us if we want to order it through interlibrary loan. And you would want to do that because it is a very fast service where you can then get to the full text of the article. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that was helpful.